Okay, so if you're a contractor, you've probably been told that local advertising is a gold mine. But let's be real, a lot of the time it just feels like a money pit, right? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how to fix that. We're talking about making your local ads actually profitable, turning those clicks you're paying for into real paying jobs.
So let me ask you, does this sound familiar? You're pouring money into ads, you see the clicks coming in, but your phone is silent. It's got to be one of the most frustrating things for contractors, and it doesn't matter if you're in the US, the UK, or Australia, it's the same story. But here's the good news. You are definitely not alone, and the fix? It's probably way simpler than you think.
And this right here, this is the key. It is so tempting to blame the platform, right? Oh, Google Ads doesn't work, or Facebook is a waste of money. But honestly, the platform is almost never the real problem. The issue is usually hiding in plain sight. It's your strategy. It's how you've set everything up. It comes down to who you're targeting, what your ad actually says, and, this is a big one, where you're sending people once they click.
All right, so to get this all sorted out, we're going to walk through 5 key steps. First, we'll look at the actual problem. Then, we'll figure out how homeowners really search for you. After that, we'll nail down your targeting, build a landing page that actually works, and finally, close that loop to turn leads into booked jobs. Let's get into it.
Okay, section 1. So what is the real problem here? At its core, it's a huge disconnect. Think of it like you're speaking a completely different language than your customers. You're advertising one way, but homeowners are searching for you in a totally different way. And when those two things aren't aligned, well, you're basically just throwing your ad budget into a black hole.
So how do we bridge that gap? How do we start speaking the same language? It all starts by decoding how a homeowner actually searches for you. We need to get inside their head, that moment when a pipe bursts or the roof starts leaking, and they need someone like right now.
And here it is. This is probably the single biggest mistake I see contractors make. They're bidding on these super broad, generic keywords like roofer or plumber. But think about it. When you have a pipe burst under your sink, are you calmly typing plumber into Google? No way. You're frantically typing something really specific like emergency plumber London. That's what we call a long-tail keyword, and that little bit of extra detail, it signals everything. It means they're ready to hire.
You know what's really cool is that each of these phrases tells you a story about the customer. Roof repair near me. That's pure urgency. Licensed electrician in Brisbane. Okay, this person cares about credentials and safety. Kitchen remodel contractor in the USA. They're planning a big project. See? These aren't just random words. They are specific requests from people who are ready to pull the trigger.
Okay, so you've got the right bait, your keywords. Now the next step is to make sure you're fishing in the right pond. We need to make sure only the right people are seeing your ads. And that's all about nailing your geographical targeting. This is where we stop wasting money and start reeling in quality leads.
And here's another classic mistake. So many contractors target a whole massive city, thinking, hey, a wider net catches more fish. But you know what really happens? You end up paying for clicks from people who are an hour and a half away, people you would never actually drive to. The solution is to get really tight with your geo-targeting. Focus only on the specific neighborhoods or the small radius you actually serve. I promise you, the quality of your leads will skyrocket.
All right, things are looking good. You've got the right person with the right problem clicking on your perfect ad. We're winning. But hold on. Your job is not done yet. We've got to talk about what happens after the click. We need to talk about your landing page because this is the place where you either get a phone call or you don't.
I want you to think about your landing page as your digital handshake. It's that first impression. So if someone clicks your ad that says emergency roof repair and they land on your generic homepage that talks about siding and gutters and everything else, that's a weak, confusing handshake. It creates a massive disconnect and their trust just plummets. And you know what they do next? They hit the back button.
So what does a great landing page need? It really just comes down to 4 pillars of trust. First, be crystal clear about the specific service you're offering on that page. Second, show real photos of your work. Please, no cheesy stock photos. Third, put your licenses and credentials right there where people can see them. Prove you're the real deal. And finally, make it ridiculously easy for them to contact you. Big phone number, simple form. That's it. Okay, we've talked keywords, we've talked targeting, we've talked landing pages, we've got almost all the pieces, but there's one final critical piece of this puzzle, and it's the one that most people totally forget about. Get this wrong and the whole thing can fall apart. We're talking about closing the loop. Imagine this.
Your ads are finally working perfectly. You're getting good quality leads. Your phone is ringing, web forms are coming in. Awesome. But let me ask you, is your follow-up game on point? Because this is where so much of that hard-earned money just vanishes into thin air.
I know it sounds almost too simple, but honestly, this is so often the weakest link in the entire chain. When that phone rings from an ad, someone needs to answer it, fast and professionally. When an email inquiry comes through, you've got to respond right away. It's that speed and professionalism that literally turns an expensive click into a profitable job on your schedule.
All right, let's do a quick FAQ round because I know you've got questions. Best ad platforms. For contractors, it's got to be Google Local Services and regular search ads. Why? Because that's where people go when they need something now. Why do good ads fail? 9 times out of 10, it's a landing page mismatch. The ad promises one thing, the page delivers another. And what about location pages for different towns? Yes, 1,000 times yes. They match local searches perfectly and convert way better.
Okay, so let's boil this all down to your new profitability checklist. Ready? Number 1, use those specific long-tail keywords. 2, keep your geo-targeting super tight to your actual service area. 3, build a landing page that screams trust and clarity. 4, track what's working so you know which ads are making you money. And 5, get your follow-up game on point. I'm telling you, you nail these 5 things and your ad spend will finally start paying you back with interest.
And that really brings us to the big question, the one you have to ask yourself right now. This isn't just about tweaking your ads anymore. This is about being ready for what comes next. Because once you get this system humming, the leads are going to come. So the real question is your business actually ready to handle a steady stream of high-quality jobs?